Another podcast for you, a live stream from the balcony. Cigar of the weekend is the Olivia Series O. I don't know if you can see it, but whatever. Whatever. Y'all can't see that shit, but it's an Olivia Series O. And I got my blackberry crown royal. Got a shot of that. Goes very well together for me, but hey, I gotta cut the blood sugar down, so it's all good. I haven't had too much sugar this week, so I'm laying off the junk, the candy, the junk food, and trying to eat right, exercise, and keep my health in order. Go to the doctor regularly. Hello, thank you. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday afternoon? Hope everybody's doing very well. I'm not going to keep y'all too long because I know y'all got better things to do, and it's 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in New York City. So that means it's going to get dark in about a couple hours, so you might as well get some sunshine in before nightfall. Oh. You know what I was thinking? I should have a 21-day detox. And I don't really like detox physically, although I need to do that as well. But detox from negativity and poverty, the losing mindset. I don't have a losing mindset, but it creeps up on you every once in a while. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm going through some things, a little downturn in business, but that happens. That happens in business. And I just want to make sure coming into the next quarter, next year, things are definitely going to be in order by next year. So I'm going to take a 2-week vacation hiatus. I don't know if I'm going to take a 2-week hiatus, but I'm going to get away. I am going to go away for 2 weeks. Just to get out of the city and, change of pace. Spend the New Year's somewhere other than New York City. All right? But within that 21 days, I am going to change. I am going to do some deep soul search, cleaning my aura. Just bringing in life and wealth into my life. And I don't just mean my monetary wealth. I mean spiritual wealth. Where opportunities are coming to me. People want to do business with me. More opportunities. People want to do business with me. Becoming debt. Getting rid of most of my debts. That's what I want to do. That's my goal. And that's what some of y'all should. That's what a lot of y'all should be doing, is getting rid of all your debts. It's never good to be paid by someone else. You don't want to owe anybody money. You don't want to owe the credit card company. I used to have that loser mentality. Fuck the credit card company. Fuck that. No. No, fuck me for screwing them because I didn't honor my agreement. Okay? That takes a lot of character to honor your agreement, to pay what you owe. You know what I'm saying? Just pay what you owe, pay your debts, and life will be good. Life will be good for you on that from then on. You don't pay your bills, you don't pay your debt. Life can be hard. Life will be hard for you. And then when life becomes hard, you're gonna be blaming the white man for all your issues. The single mother thinking like a woman instead of a man taking leadership of your life and taking ownership of your actions. All right, looking at a problem, how much money you have in the bank. Am I managing my money correctly? Am I paying this off? When cash comes in, what's going out? Am I going to eat beans this month for the rest of the month instead of going out drinking with the buddies? Right? What kind of sacrifices are you going to put up? What sacrifices are you willing to give up? What are you willing to give up in your life to reach your goal? Because everybody has a goal. Everybody has to have a plan in their life, and everybody has to have a goal. Remember I told you months ago, and I should be practicing what I preach, because that's what I'm doing every December, and that's what I do. I take 2 weeks and sit down in my room, no TV, just a notepad, no social media, but just take a weekend. With no social media, no TV, no radio, no nothing, no distractions. Just sit down with a notepad. Answer these questions. Who am I and where am I going in this life? What are my plans? What do I want to do in this life? What is holding me back? Who is holding me back? Who do I need to eliminate from my life in order to move up in this world? Right? I'm going to win. I want to win in life. But I want y'all to win with me as well. I want all you young black men to win with me. I know I'm an old man, but fuck that. I want y'all to win in life. And what really bothered me about winning in life is that I'm listening to two videos, and I'm watching this YouTube video about a man that went viral on TikTok, right? About how he's not excited about women anymore. And I'm like, what the fuck are these women are doing to you brothers? And I was thinking about that earlier today when I was at the gym. I was like, saying to myself, what the fuck is going on? I'm not doing my job. Your father's not doing your job. I'm not doing my job by schooling you fellas that, hey man, you are the man. You are the prize. Fuck what these hoes have to say. You're the one out there getting up early at 4:30 in the morning, taking public transportation to your job at Walmart, pushing shopping carts for a living, or whatever the fuck y'all do. We don't have respect for the working man anymore. And I'm not just picking on black women, but notorious of being vocal about bus driver. When in actuality, that white woman would date that bus driver, because she probably sees more than a bus driver in that man than you. But I want to talk about this, about how y'all fellas are not approaching women anymore. They're not doing any. You're going against nature. Let me just say this: you're going against nature. All right. I know that there's some stupid ass bitches out there that want to try to humiliate a man or approach him. I know. I was there in the 90s. They did the same shit in the 90s. These black bitches did the same shit in the 90s when I was growing up, when I was coming up. All right. And this is what I heard when I was going on my way to school on the train, that a black man was having another conversation with another brother about how he don't fuck with black women anymore. I'd rather fuck with a white woman, the Chinese woman, the Hispanic woman, but I ain't fucking with no black woman anymore. It was in the 90s. So I know these black bitches are on some bull jive. They're on some bullshit, you know? But the thing about it is, it shouldn't allow you to give up being the man. I know, look, I can understand if you were saying, I didn't see the video, but I heard clips of it, and I heard everybody talking about it. But, yeah, you should say, fuck them hoes. Fuck those hoes, black bitches, white bitches, Chinese bitches, Hindu bitches, all them bitches. Fuck them. If you're young, you should be stacking your money. You should be getting your money together. Right? But my thing is that you shouldn't be chasing hoes anyway. Yeah, it's all right to approach a woman if she's interested in you. Or if she's not interested in you, leave the bitch alone. Don't cuss her out, just leave the bitch alone. Because there's a bitch watching you in the club wanting you to approach her. Okay? You probably will know it. You will know it. You know why? I've done it before. I still approach bitches that, you know, when I'm in the bar, or I still talk to bitches when I'm in the bar or club or on the street. I still talk to bitches. Ain't nothing wrong with talking to a bitch if she's interested in talking to you. But, and I'll tell you this story. It was about a year ago when I was approached. It was like a couple of months ago when I was down in South Carolina. Even though being white is white, well, she was drunk. And let me just tell you this, brothers. Man, if a woman is drunk, leave her alone. Especially those white bitches. Man, especially those drunk white bitches. You keep your distance from them hoes, all right? You just make sure everything is on camera. Never be alone with that bitch. Don't give her any more alcohol. She don't need no more alcohol. Okay? Because they're gonna say you grooming that bitch, that you trying to get that bitch to have sex with you. And she will try to fill you up and have sex with you and all that shit, suck your dick and all that shit. But see, here's the thing: when the bitch so, she gonna have regrets. Okay? Now, she ain't gonna call. She probably nowadays in 2020, in the 21st century, she's not gonna call a rape or anything like that. She might just take an L on it and say, "Yeah, that's what niggas did. Let me keep this a secret. If I see him, I ain't gonna acknowledge him." She's gonna ignore you. When you see her again, she's just gonna ignore you. All right? She ain't gonna say nothing to you. She's just gonna say, well, whatever. But it can go sideways, all right? If you try to press the issue, it will go sideways. Trust me. Because no matter how these bitches are, no matter what race these bitches are, they will jack you up. Okay? I want you to understand that. They're all the same, they're just different. For example, There was another Caucasian woman, as I was leaving, bartender yelled at me, "Hey, talking crazy, I'll see you later." I see you later, and I saw this bitch looking at me, staring at me. So I walked right back up there, introduced myself, gave her my number. I said, "What's up? Give me a call anytime, all right?" Cool. See, if a bitch is interested in you, she'll take your number, she'll call you, she'll text you. Or if you call her, she'll be like, I was expecting you to call. It's not complicated if a bitch like you or not. In the 90s with family matters, with Case and Laura, who clearly did not want that nigga. Clearly he didn't want her. She didn't want him. But you pursued it. Little bitches out there. And you had that fine ass Myra chasing after him. See what I mean, fellas? The one who you're pursuing may not like you, will not like you, but there's one that actually is showing interest in you, man. And you should just go after that, just like Platinum Elite said. Go after the ones that like you. Go after the ones that's interested in you. You shouldn't really shut down unless if you're laser focused in your career and laser focused in what you want to do in life. Then that's when bitches become a distraction. But I don't want none of y'all to let bitches be a distraction. Okay? That's why I get off of those dating apps. That's a distraction. Because let me tell you something about those dating apps. They don't work. They don't work for men. And they damn sure don't work for black men. Okay? All right? Get off of those dating apps. Matter of fact, I'm back on the dating app so I can roast some of these bitches. So be on for videos about, of me roasting these hoes. All right? That are still on the dating app. That are 50 years old and plus and still on the dating app. That is so sad. I'm gonna read you some of these profiles, these ridiculous profiles. That you got 50-year-old women. But we're gonna roast. I'm gonna roast. Trust me. And they have their nerve. Not to swipe right on your profile. Okay? One of those, let me go ahead and switch gears for a minute. We're going to talk about the immigrants, especially the black immigrants that come into this country, right? And I did discuss about Pan-Africanism, how it's a failure in this country. It has been a failure. There's been no progress. There has never been a school that was open devoted to Pan-Africanism. Nobody from Black American society is going back, getting on the boat and going back to Africa. Hell, I still got people down in South Carolina that won't even leave South Carolina to move to another state. What the fuck do you think? What the fuck do you think that they're gonna do? Get on a boat and go to another foreign country with people who don't really give a fuck about you, who don't see you as an African? All right, now the ones over here, it's hit or miss. If they're in the hood, they're gonna show you some respect. Those Nigerians and Ghanaians, they're gonna show you some respect. Okay? But I'm talking about the ones that are not in the hood. And they're gonna look at you crazy. They don't see you as a brother. They're never gonna see you as a brother. Especially those East African niggas, man. They're a bunch of weirdos, man. They stay within themselves. They stayed within their community. They never, ever integrate with anybody from outside of the community, outside of their community, especially when they get here in the United States. Okay? Those Somalians, the Ethiopians, the Kenyans, where our former punk-ass president, big-ear president came from. His people was from, his lineage is from East Africa, not American. And I remember a talk show host, I posted some of his podcast on the clips of his podcast on my channel. His name is Charles Butler. I don't know if he's still around. I don't know if he's still doing podcasting. I don't know if he's doing radio work. But he was on WVON for a minute until those cheesy niggas ran him out. I had no problem with that. See, if you're in America, if you're in the United States, and if you're in America, and if you have a poverty mindset, you're going to fight with it. I had no problem with it. I have no problem with the elder. He was lacing us with some game. He was lacing us with some political game. He was telling us about these immigrants that were coming here in the United States. He was warning Black Americans about these sanctuary cities that was back in 2013. No, 2009. And he was actually warning us about this big-eared, half-breed president of ours. And he let it be known that, yeah, we have a Black president, but he's not a Black American president. Okay? And they will never have a Black American as the president of the United States. And there's a reason why, fellas. There is a reason why it will never happen, and not in my lifetime. Because we know reparations is going to be on the table for Black Americans. This bullshit with the white supremacy that's going on right now, it will slowly end. Unless the Black American is a coon, like Obama. Yeah, he was a coon. Trust me, he was a coon. If you really look back on his legacy, that motherfucker, he got pumped out by congressmen, congresswomen, senators. A white woman in his face. You think any of these bitches would do that to Donald Trump? I don't think so. Hold on, let me find out what's going on over here. Let me see what's on here. All right, here. All right, Yulia Yakova. Thank you. Thank you for. All right. Well, listen. You may be new to my channel. I'm going to swear because this is my. I shouldn't be swearing like that, and you're right. I shouldn't be swearing. But I promise I'll tone it down. All right. All right. Thank you so much, sir. All right, we're at 24 minutes. Like I said, but let me go ahead and get back to the Somalians, the East Africa. Now, Yulia Yakova. All right, I'll stop this swearing. All right, I'll tone it down a little bit. But thank you so much. But here's what I was trying to say. All right, about the Somalians. All right, they're getting, and Tariq Nasheed is correct about that. They have no problems identifying with themselves when they do very well, when they get in a position of power, when they become successful. They declare themselves as Somali Americans, not Black Americans, but Somali Americans. And as soon as something go awry, like if they're sending ICE agents over there in Minnesota, what's going to happen is they're gonna call Black Americans now to help them. Like, we're not helping them. Not today. Because they made it very clear. And let me just say this, throughout the 90s, they made it very clear about they delineated themselves from us. Okay? I've heard, like I said, there was a restaurant, I'll give you an example. There was a restaurant years ago when I went to it. It was a Jamaican restaurant in Westchester, right? I didn't know, and I asked the server, hey, this restaurant is owned by a brother? She said, yeah, it's owned by a Jamaican. So it's a brother. Yes, he's Jamaican. And I said, yeah, he's a brother, right? Until it clicked in their head, yeah, he's a brother. But they tend to, and I knew right then and there, they tend to, people who are here in the United States that's an immigrant background, they have no problem identifying with their home country. So now it's a problem when Black Americans identify with our home country, which is the United States of America, where it was easy for me to get that blue passport that says United States on it. All right, where I can go to any country I want to go to. While in Jamaica, you're limited to the countries where you're going. Those African passports, useless. Okay? Useless. And quite frankly, it's true. We don't have a history of fleeing. I mean, there was a time where there were some Black Americans that fled to Russia. I know, I met a couple of them. But matter of fact, there was I got to read her book, her biography. Her name is Yelena Kanga, who, if you look at her, you would think that she was from the hood. Grew up in the hood and became very successful if you really look at her. But she speaks fluent Russian, barely any English, has that Russian accent when she speaks English. And, you know, I got to read her bio. Her people is from Yazoo City, Mississippi. So I thought it was it's an interesting story that I got to read. I got to read up about history of Black Americans going over to Russia to be Jim Crow. Okay. There was quite a few that fled. We did flee, but one stayed, we persevered. And in fact, we helped a lot of these immigrants, these ungrateful immigrants, come over here without acknowledging Black Americans. Because without us, y'all would still be eating rice and beans in your own country. Okay? Listen, you know what? Let me go ahead and cut this short. I always do 30 minutes or more. I don't want to keep y'all too long. But listen, this is Talking Crazy 88. And I am out of here. And Black folks, let's be careful out there, all right?